Good evening, everyone, and good evening, Teodor.
Hi, how are you? Hi,
Hi,
Kasia.
very good, very good. Um, Tonight is Thursday. It's a Wellbeing Thursday, and we are discussing different well-being aspects as of every Thursday. And tonight we have a very special guest straight from Bahrain, Teodor Ardeleanu. Is that I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Just correct me.
Ardeleanu, Ardeleanu.
Ardeleanu. There we go.
Yes.
Let me introduce Theodore. So Theodore is the great ambassador of well-being. He strongly believes in the power of self-healing. He is the master of a key train method, on which he has written a book that we're going to be also introducing tonight, as it's a brand new book. Theodore has been involved with well-being, Tai Chi, and different methods of improving our health, basically, for many years. And those include reflexology, hypnotherapy, Tai Chi. Have I missed reflexology? Right, there's so many. So as you can see, the knowledge of Theodore when it comes to self-healing and well-being is absolutely huge. So I feel absolutely privileged tonight to be able to discuss the topic of self-healing with Theodore. Welcome, Theodore, once again.
Thank you. The privilege is mine, and because I think everybody knows how much work you are doing on well-being. So we are on different maybe different continents, but we're doing the same thing. So we're promoting well-being, wellness, and health. So thank you for the introduction. And yes, I'm ready to start.
Ready to rock. Theodore, we are discussing different aspects of well-being. Recently, we've been discussing burnout, and I know your personal story a little bit, and it has a lot to do with a big life change, which I'm sure our viewers would love to see.
Sure.
Would love to find out a little bit more about. And basically, I would like to ask you, what is your definition of well-being and of self-healing, right? Because if we go to your website, key train, we will find that you mention about something called self-healing algorithm. So
Yes.
that really attracted my attention, and it sounds like it's a proper system, very well thought of. So can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Sure. Maybe would be better to start with my personal story and how did
Let's
I
do that.
become so interested in self-healing. Um, I same like everybody. We have different experiences at work in life, and there is a time when we go through let's say not so easy moments, and those are the moments when we realize that we ignored parts of our life that can actually lead to getting sick. So I was in a corporate job for many years. In fact, most of my life I've been in a corporate job, and worked I worked many hours and a lot of stress, and everything was added, and I was not doing much for my own health and well-being. And then I ended up, as you mentioned, the word burnout, right? I ended up being sick and in the hospital and with a surgery, which I'm not going to go into details, but I suffered a sort of a shock where I found myself suddenly incapacitated in the hospital. And this is the moment when I realized that I have to do something, I have to change something. And as I really enjoy studying and learning, I started to study as much as possible on self-healing. And not only that, but I said I have to experience on my own how I can get better. And as I as time went by, I actually eventually I left my full-time job, and I decided to focus my entire life on finding ways on how to become extremely healthy, 100% healthy, and how to be always energized, how to be always full of life. And that's what I want to inspire everyone to become full of life and never being tired. And I started to study, and I came up with an algorithm which involves trainings on the mind, trainings on the energy, and trainings on the physical body. And we can't ignore any of these aspects. We have to work on the three of them. So the Kitchen algorithm, in a nutshell, is just changing and adapting your life habits to, let's say, habits that give us more energy and give us more power to heal and be healthy. And when you wake up in the morning, you want to be full of energy and full of life. So that's Ki Train.
Yeah, it's. I'm just sharing the screen. I hope I'm doing it right because
Yeah.
I want to also highlight the book and which we're going to mention in a moment. But
Hmm.
that so that people know where to find more information about the self-healing algorithm and all the elements. As you can see, they affect our functioning. And Theodore, what I absolutely adore about you and about your approach is the fact that you are very honest in your approach, and because I know that you are starting your day quite early. You start. I don't know what time you wake up, but I know you already run classes at 7 o'clock.
Yes, I wake up at 5
And
every day.
now it's like 10:15 in Bahrain.
Yes, it's 10:50. Yes,
Do
yes.
you nap during the day?
Um, I think this is possible for everyone, and I didn't believe it's possible also, and I am always searching for answers, and I want to experiment on my own this type of exercises of practices, because I always start by not believing them, and I always start by being skeptical. And when I experience something, and this is when I am convinced that it's working, and that's why I decided to write this book, because in the book, 99% of the things in the book are experienced by me and with results, and also with my students.
Mhm.
So when you mention the fact that I wake up very early in the morning, this is a lifestyle that is, and the hours of sleep, I don't need a lot of hours of sleep because of the lifestyle habits that I had and that I implemented in my life. And one of them, for example, is eating much less than I used to before. So I practice fasting. It's a Taoist way to fast, and it is eating only one time a day. And I drink water, I drink tea, I hydrate myself nonstop, but I only eat one time a day. And that is in the evening, usually 6, 7 o'clock. And that gives me a lot of more energy on a daily basis comparing to how I was before. If I compare myself to 10 years ago, I don't need so much sleep, and I'm never tired basically because of this lifestyle.
It's absolutely amazing, and I just ordered your book. I'm still waiting for the delivery, so I will get through
Thank you.
this method, and I will test it myself because it's just too good to be missed. Theodore, so tell me more about the book. What inspired you to put your knowledge in this form?
First of all, it was me. It was a transformation that I went through. I would say 5 to 7 years it took me to write the book. And then when I left my job in my corporate job in 2016, I opened a well-being center in Bahrain, and I started to teach full-time internal martial arts. Internal martial arts, you mentioned Tai Chi, but I don't only teach Tai Chi. I also teach Qigong. I teach Bagua Qigong, and Aikido. All are internal martial arts, and all are practices that are focused on healing, and they are practices that are focusing on how to manage and how to balance your energy. So apart from being inspired by my transformation, by my own path, I also got inspired, and this motivated me to complete the book, because I had students that work with me, some for 1 year, some for more than 1 year, 2, 3 years, and that actually went through complete transformation by practicing a few times a week and following, to a certain degree, my lifestyle and the method, the algorithm. So this motivated me to put everything in a book and to publish the book, so I can share with the world everything that we practice at Ki Train Wellness Center.
Excellent. Let me ask you this. What is internal martial arts?
All right. So in internal martial arts, first of all, we need to understand what are external martial arts, or maybe we should start with martial arts in general. Martial arts have been developed to defend and for self-defense, not only for self-defense, but also for attacking. And because of the nature of the world and of life, of survival, in many countries around the world, people developed styles of fighting. They were fighting for their family, for their tribe, then for their village, for their city, and so on, for their country, even for their country. So in these practices, especially in Asia, in China, Japan, Korea, they were practiced long ago in villages on the mountain and so on. And the people that were practicing the martial arts have noticed that they live much longer than the rest of the people that don't practice. And they've noticed that the practices are actually very, very good for self-healing and for energy and so on. So the internal martial arts, especially the internal martial arts, are focused on balancing the energy of your body, of your energy, and so on. In China, especially, I talk about Chinese martial arts. They are based on balancing the energies, the duality energies, yin and yang, and they also use the system of the 5 elements: the fire, the water, the metal, the wood, and the earth. So they look at the body and they look at health from the point of view of balancing. So it's all about balance. How do you balance your food? How do you balance your environment? How do you balance your relationships? How do you balance your breathing? And so on and so forth. So it's all about balance. Internal martial arts focus on working your internal organs. So same like for example, when you go to a gym, you want to work on your muscles, on your biceps, pectorals, shoulders, and so on. With internal martial arts, you work on your liver, on your heart, on your lungs, and so on. So I know maybe it sounds a bit strange for somebody from the Western world that didn't yet meet anyone that is doing martial arts. But for us in this world, it's very common to actually practice on your internal organs.
Amazing, amazing. It's so much wealth of knowledge and such an inspiration to dive into the Eastern arts. I remember when I was a child, I used to practice Kung Fu.
Okay.
I guess this is the external martial arts, right?
Well, not necessarily. Kung Fu is martial arts in general. So
Yeah.
Tai Chi is an internal martial art, and Bagua is an internal martial art. Qigong and
Mm.
Xingyi, all these are internal martial arts. But of
Mhm.
course, I mean, all martial arts are good for health. But
Yeah.
the internal martial arts, they have as a priority to increase your internal energy, your chi.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Amazing. Let me come back to the point in your life when you've mentioned that you've been going through burnout, being tired of your busy corporate job.
Mhm.
Uh, at that point, what was the one thing that helped you the most to overcome that state?
Um, I think I think the answer coincides with the pillar of the key train method. I think, and this is something that is an advice for everybody in the world at this moment, with everything that is going on. I'm not going to go on that subject, better not, but we all know what I'm talking about. And I think one of the main things that helped me was to switch, to go through the paradigm shift of understanding how important it is to be relaxed. And this is so underestimated today. Nobody practice, or I mean, maybe I shouldn't say that, but very few people practice consciously to become relaxed. And Tai Chi and the internal martial art, the key train method in general, is focused on practicing relaxation. It's not about complicated traditional routines of Tai Chi. It's not about fighting. It's not about doing complicated things, understanding the traditional Chinese medicine. It's purely the simplest way to become relaxed. When your mind goes through a lot of trouble, everything is projected into your body, and
Mm.
your body becomes very stiff. Your body is made of water, but the mind, the stress, the emotions, the thoughts, the overthinking will turn your body into ice. So ice breaks, water doesn't break. So
Mm.
when you're relaxed, you can go through life much easier. You don't get sick.
Yeah.
Since I started to be relaxed, and I mean, people that know me, they are the living proof that I am actually very relaxed in general, and that doesn't come without any sacrifice. I enjoy training, but we can call it sacrifice because people think training is sacrifice sometimes. You give yourself this habit of being relaxed. And by doing half an hour of training, 1 hour of training every day, your body learns how to be relaxed.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, there is no class in school or in university on how to be relaxed. Nobody's teaching us how to be relaxed. Nobody's teaching us what means for our body to be stiff and in pain and so on. So to make it shorter, I think what really helped me transform my life and become again healthy and how I am today is that I actually learned and I'm practicing every day to be bodily relaxed.
Mm. That's amazing, and such a great advice. In whichever way you choose to achieve the
Mhm.
state of being relaxed, I guess ultimately it's so precious, and that's what people really can benefit from. If they learn how to do that, because that just changes everything.
Uh, yeah, how to do it? If that's the next question. How to do it is, of course, you can practice, but there is a trick that also is given by Tai Chi and by the Taoist beliefs, ancient beliefs, the Tao Te Ching, and you practice moderation. And
Mm.
again, moderation is something that is underrated today. Why? Because from hundreds of years ago of survival, we went into something which today is synonymous with survival, which is competition. We are in a permanent competition to prove that we can do more, that we can have more, that we can be better, and so on. So we learn that no pain, no gain, I'm not going to be better than others, right? While the Ki Train method is about practicing moderation. And when you practice moderation, you actually, like, I'll give you an example. If you can eat a 3 meal course, moderation would mean to skip dessert and eat only 2 course meals. And that would save on your energy with your digestion. If you can work 14 hours a day, some of us, yeah, some of people, you can actually work less and then would save on your energy. So you look at your life and you practice moderation and you implement moderation. It's called the rule of 70% in Tai Chi. You work at 70% capacity, and that gives you the chance to be relaxed in everything that you do. Because we're not in a race, but we think we are in a race. At all times, we think we are in a race.
That's very true. I absolutely agree. It's amazing what people believe in, right?
Yeah.
But that's how a lot of societies are designed at the moment. Therefore, we have so many issues with people getting sick. Teodor, tell me more about the book. Who is this book for?
For everyone. The book is for everyone, and I like to believe that everybody is at a certain level of evolution, spiritual, physical, mental, and so on. So the book is very simple. I tried my best, and that's why it took me so many years to finish it. I tried to write it as simple as possible. And when you're going to read the book, or for whoever read the book so far, I think what I say is that it is accessible. It has parts of it's not only about martial arts. It's not only about practices of it's about practices of mind and practices of body, and all the practices are affordable and very, I wouldn't say very easy to do, but they are approachable. They are how should I say? They are easy to try at least. And I want people to try. I can't say you have to be like me or you must feel exactly the same as I do. But when you try something new, like for example, if you try a certain type of training and you see that actually it works for you, then of course you will implement it in your life. So the book is about habits. Is about habits of thinking. Is about habits of emotions. It's about habits of environment. It's a little bit of everything that affects your personal energy. And in order to understand why I went there, you have to understand how the energy functions in your body. And we get our energy from certain places. One is the energy that we have from birth, which is our given energy, which is located in your kidneys. Speaking of burnout, you can think about that as well. In your kidneys, where the adrenal glands are in the same area. So the stress goes there. That consumes our energy. And then we have energy coming from digestion, so from the food that we eat, and from the air, what we breathe. Yeah, we transform it through the lungs and through digestion system. And something very important that many times we ignore, we take the energy from our environment, from relationships with other people, from environment with our office, our house, our bedroom, our bathroom. All these will either give or take energy from us. And the book takes every single part of our life that is related to the energy that we get or we give. And by the end of practicing this, you get to save, you get to become more efficient with your energy. And that translates in you have more energy to go through self-healing and to feel better basically every day.
Amazing. Can I ask you this? Because it often comes, and when I work with people in managerial roles or in business roles, and you are familiar with that dynamics yourself, what would you advise to people who are going through difficulties in work relationships, basically when they enter a situation where people are toxic or people create toxic relationships, and that obviously drains their energy, often causing health problems, burnout, depression, and many others. Is there like one unique advice that you could share?
Uh, Unique advice, I'm not sure, but
Yeah, I know. Probably
I
there's no
mean,
one
we
solution
all
for
know.
all.
It depends. It depends. We all know two things, and this is from if you look from both perspectives. The first thing is that people leave not because of the company, not because of the payment. They leave because of their manager. So that's one side of the coin. The other side of the coin, when you're a manager, when you're a leader, you must always remember that your best asset, your biggest asset in a company is people. So I think that toxic relationships come from I would say in my experience as a trainer as well is all these problems in relationships at work come from lack of soft skills. And
Mm,
I think this is something that we should all work on ourselves to understand soft skills and feedback. If in a company the rules of feedback, giving and receiving feedback, are very well understood, then the relationships can never be toxic. Because if people appreciate the true feedback, where you give feedback without taking things personal, you give feedback without generalizing, you give feedback on a situation, not on the people, and so on, the true soft skills will improve the relationships at the maximum level possible. So my advice for any company, for any leader that has or is going through toxic relationships, they should invest in communication and feedback,
mm,
soft skills, and that will solve the problem. You see, the company is the same like your body. The relationship between the elements, the water, the earth, in fact, my next book is going to be about well-being for companies, where I want to apply the same principles
mm,
of Tai Chi and Taoism into the corporate world. It works so well. Every department has a certain function, and every department is interrelated, and it really works. So feng shui for companies, I'm sure there are some materials on it. But yes, to answer your question, and please stop me, is working on soft skills.
I think it's a great advice. Absolutely, and I love the analogy of comparing your body to organization, because yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
If, if the energy flows from one department to another, and it doesn't stop with somebody who has a strong ego, too strong for the company, or somebody that doesn't understand that the soft skills are the most important in a company, then of course the rest is just it's just this.
Exactly, exactly, and that's what's the big um, cause of burnout, right? Let me
Of
check
course.
with. Do we have any questions for those of you who are watching us live? I know it's late in Bahrain. um, and this video will be available for a replay, so you don't miss anything. And for those of you who are with us now watching live, hello Edvard, hello William, I love to see you watching us. Do you have any questions for Teodor? It's a great opportunity to have such a great source of knowledge tonight with us. So if you have any questions on self-healing, of overcoming burnout, on self-care, we have an expert in the house. So feel free to ask questions live. Um, Theodore, as we're waiting for the questions,
Mhm.
um, So you have experience running the Wellbeing Center. What, if you don't mind me asking, what are your plans for expansion? Because you have so much to share, and it deserves to reach a wide audience.
My plans for expansions are on working promoting the book internationally. It's available on Amazon and in Bahrain. I printed it, so it's available here for everyone to buy. And I am currently working on creating a platform of courses online, which are based on the book and step by step working on different areas of the algorithm of Key Train method. And another path that I'm working on is to hopefully start very soon delivering retreat programs all over the world. I started before Corona pandemic. I started, but of course, as you all know, I had to put it on hold for a while. But it looks like now it's restarting, and I'm planning to do a retreat in Greece this summer, and hopefully one in UK and one in Romania. So I'm working on the three of them, and hopefully this summer I will be able to do it. As a plan of expansion, on a long-term plan, I am looking on finding partners in different countries that would be experiencing the Key Train method. They would become the ambassadors, and I would like to teach them everything that I know, so they can also teach other people in similar countries that are
All right, it looks like Theodore is frozen at the moment. Let's just wait for the internet connection to reconnect, to re-establish itself. And in the meantime, I am collecting your
hello.
questions. Yes. You're
Okay.
back. You're back. You're
Okay.
back.
Yes. So to think, I'm not sure until where you heard what I said, but the plan is to open centers of Key Train around the world with people that can have access to trainers in their own country. And the good part is that in Bahrain here, I work with my students are all from different parts of the world. So I have a student from Kenya, I have a student from UK, I have a student from Bahrain here. So there are people that eventually will travel back. They are expats here in Bahrain. So eventually they will travel back to their country, and hopefully they will be inspired to start a well-being center on their own there. And I can help with everything if possible.
Amazing. I love the plan, and I'm sure you will succeed with it. Moving on to questions, we have received few questions. We start with Alicia. She is saying it is very inspirational dialogue and true value to improve daily routine. Thank you both to share. Okay, so it's actually not a question, it's a question, because you've already shared some tips to improve the daily routine. So that's awesome. We have a question from William, who is asking to tell us, Theodore, a little bit more about the alkaline body.
Sure. It's an excellent question, and it is part of the Key Train method. If you get my book, I actually have a part there about it, and the entire method is about balance. So health is synonymous with balancing. What do we balance? Acidic and alkaline are two parts of our body that can be balanced through digestion. When they are not balanced, so for example, if your food is predominantly acidic or predominantly alkaline, your body becomes alkaline.
Mhm.
But then subconsciously, your body will use up your chi, your energy, to become neutral again.
Mhm.
It's exactly the same like with the body temperature. When we are at the 36.7, 36.8 all the time, yeah, at this temperature. If we're going outside and there are 55 degrees, your body will use up energy to bring the temperature down. If you go into AC minus, or let's say not minus, but 20 degrees, 18 degrees, your body again will use energy to bring your body back to this temperature. It's the same with cold water. When you drink cold water, your body will bring up. I give this example because it's a little bit easier. Now, how you balance is you're balancing through your food and through water and so on. So, of course, as we know, the majority of the products in the supermarket, especially the canned ones, the juices, and they all have a lot of chemicals and they are predominantly acidic. So the more you eat whole foods, the more you eat foods that are better for you and the way of cooking, the more you keep your body balanced from this point of view, from the pH point of view. I hope I answered the question.
Makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much. We have a next question from Adina. How much time do you need to learn how to manage your energy or to start having results on self-healing?
I think it depends. It's different for everyone. It depends on how many parts are you working on. Because you can work on your digestion, you can work on your sleep, you can work on your environment, you can work on your relationships, and of course you can practice internal martial arts. So if you do everything, if you change your life completely, it takes about a month to start having results. But if you start slowly and if you have, baby steps, it can take a little bit longer. So it all depends on how many things you're changing in your life. Like, for example, if you start fasting immediately, you will have results immediately, because eating less means digestion doesn't consume as much energy as before, so therefore you have more energy. If you practice slow motion Tai Chi, your body will get into the moderation, so therefore you will consume again less energy. So you will get results faster according to how many things you implement in your life.
Makes sense. Wonderful. Thank you. And thank you, Adina, for the question. Next question from Alicia. Dear Teodor, can you suggest daily practice, example, elements of Tai Chi, practicing both body and mind?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. You can go to my website, www.kitrain.com. You will find there different routines that you can do. You don't have to do only Tai Chi. But Tai Chi is very good for balancing the left and the right side of the brain. And the practice by itself, because it's done in a slow motion and because you're always centered, it has this benefit this benefit on your mind. So if you practice Tai Chi, you will see that your mind will balance much faster. That's why Tai Chi is so special and it's so unique. But of course, I recommend you, I don't know exactly where you are, Alicia, but I recommend you to look up on Google and see where you can find the closest school of Tai Chi, and you can go and take up some classes. If you're looking for online classes, definitely I can help you, and I can send you some videos and the routine. I hope that's good.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And thank you, Alicia, for the question. And we have another one. Share more details with us on how a day in your life looks like. Also, is there any type of foods you avoid eating, like products, for example?
All right. So a normal day from my life. So I wake up in the morning and I do 2 Tai Chi steps. Why I do 2 Tai Chi steps is because I want to enter in contact with my feet. The feet are the mirror of your energy systems. So if you have pain in your feet, it means you woke up with an energy imbalance. So I can't continue my day until I work out what is that energy imbalance. You can go have a foot massage if you have one close, if you have a spa close by and it's not closed by Corona, or you can have a warm bath or shower and work on your feet so you don't continue throughout your day with pain in your feet. So that's one element. The second thing, I wake up and I have a fresh lemon, which I squeeze it, I put it in water, and I drink it. This is the first thing that I do every day. Then I go biking for about 40 minutes. And then I do Tai Chi. I usually teach in the morning, but if I don't teach, I practice for maybe another hour. Then I continue the day. I work on my website, on writing. Then I have maybe a few more classes. Around 6 to 7 o'clock, I have my dinner, and then I continue with the day. And usually I don't sleep very late. I sleep around 11, 12, and I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I try to stay pain-free all of my days. So if I have pain or if I have something that bothers me, I work on it immediately. I never procrastinate on living with pain or with stiffness in my body. And people that know me, they know how relaxed I am. Physically, I'm very relaxed. And because I am physically relaxed, I'm also mentally relaxed most of the time, whenever I can.
I love it. And, that reminds me of people who are generally good with money skills. They know how to manage money, and generally they accumulate a lot of wealth. That's exactly the same thing they say when it comes to money. When there is something that, needs to be addressed, they just act on it immediately. So there's nothing outstanding or nothing, that you forget about. It's nothing dragging. So this energy is directly going there, and this is the same thing with the
True.
in the body.
Self-healing.
Yeah.
True. And I eat everything. I use my intuition. My body intuition tells me what to eat every day. And because I fast, I do get hungry, which is a very, very good part for self-healing. It's okay to get hungry. It's okay to get cold. It's okay to put your body through a sort of, let's say, delay in your basic needs. And if you want to read more about this, there is a very famous book, a bestseller about immortality and self-healing called The Lifespan. So you can get that book, and scientifically it's demonstrated that it's good to get hungry. It's good to take a cold shower. It's good to put your body through a little trauma, not too much.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to ask, what is your take on cryotherapy and taking cold showers and swimming in cold sea? In my hometown in Gdańsk, people do take cold sea baths, or they just go into the cold sea swimming. In Bahrain, I don't think it's very much possible to. There's the sea warm, right?
No,
Generally, what is your take on those methods?
I think it's great, and I think you can try it. I really recommend people to do sauna, and sauna is an amazing way to detox your body through your skin. So if you have access to a sauna, use it as much as possible. I'm talking about sauna, dry sauna, not steam, because usually the steam rooms are not very hygienically maintained. And it's very easy to actually get sick there because of the mold and bacteria. But the dry sauna is very safe, and it's actually really, really good to use for detoxing. So yes, cold showers, yes, they are good. But I never swam in Poland yet. Maybe one day. In Bahrain, the sea is still hot.
Yeah, if you go to Poland, certain people are going and swimming. And not only Poland. Recently, I've been in Cornwall, and I've seen, and you have an ocean, Atlantic Ocean in Cornwall, so it's absolutely freezing, and people are taking the cold, swims, and it's just admirable. I don't do it yet, but I'm open to the idea.
I'm probably not open to the idea, because key training is about moderation, and that's a bit extreme for me. But I mean, if people try it and it proves to be like Wim Hof method, for example. Wim Hof is really an inspiration sometimes, but For me, it's a bit extreme. I wouldn't do it personally.
Yeah. Yeah.
If people want to try it,
Probably I would just go for like maybe a minute or so, just like I'm doing cold showers for a minute, 2 minutes, and that's it. It's
mhm,
enough. Not like
yeah,
sitting for 5 minutes. Okay, good. So, Alicia saying you are welcome to Poland with presentations, meetings, and all sauna also. You see, so already invitation to Poland. You can contact Alicia.
thank
Um,
you.
I
I
can
love Poland. I've been there 3 times, so I really love it.
Good, 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 good. You have to come more often. Excellent. To finish off, Theodore, I'm sharing your website with everyone who wants to learn more about you, your method, and order your book. And is there anything else that you would like to share? What is the best way to reach you? I believe it's the website, but if there's anything else you can share.
Yeah, but I mean, on website there are all informations. My telephone number, my email is there, teo@keytrain.com, and yeah, I'm very happy to answer any questions. If anybody reads my book, I'm very happy to give feedback or to give any more details on the process. I'm practicing and I'm coming up with new ideas. I'm coming up with new things. Most probably there will be a second edition in a year or two because as time goes by, I discover new things and new practices, and I practice on myself and on my students. So yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very open. I will answer every email. I will answer every message. So please message me anytime.
Amazing, amazing. Theodore, thank you so much for being here tonight, for sharing your knowledge, for presenting your book, and I wish you every success with all your project with your Wellbeing Center. I'm absolutely convinced it's going to be awesome experience for everyone who decides to join. So thank you once again.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and I think both of us will be very busy in the years to come because many people need what we're doing.
Absolutely.
More and more people will start listening to what we're saying. If so far maybe we're not, I think definitely in the next few years people will listen to us.
I believe once anyone will experience it, then there's no need for convincing. So it's all about trying it out. So we have a wonderful comments from Edward. Thank you so much, Edward.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you for
you.
watching us. From Adina. Thank you, Adina, for watching live. I wish you all a great evening, and thank you so much once again, Theodore.
Thank you, and stay healthy, all of you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care.